Well, we've been to the cafe when it was a real cafe.
Yes.
In Donnybrook a couple of times.
Yes.
And I think we both found it was great because.
Oh yes. In meeting other people is stimulating in itself, and seeing other people with the same condition makes it almost normal.
Yeah.
No, and it really goes with the territory of age, and one has to accept that. And there are a lot worse things than that, than the dementia.
Also, I think that the interesting thing about the virtual cafes is that we thought they might be a little bit more difficult than the real thing. But in fact, I think we've all, almost from the very first one, we just enjoyed it. It was not the same as, but as good as being there. And especially, I think some of the speakers were excellent. And I mean, they do tell you if you're getting on in years, I'm talking with me.
Yes.
If you're, you need to stimulate your brain. You need to try new things, listen to new things. And that's exactly what you got.
Yes.
But I must say that both from when we started going to the cafe in Donnybrook and online, the huge thing that we both kind of separately commented on was there's no flood of warmth.
Yes.
And it's very relaxed. There's no strain, there's no tension, there's no feeling, oh God, what do I do now? Yeah. You don't have to do a darn thing except just sit there and sip your tea or coffee and take part if you want to. So it's really been extremely, it's nice. It's nice to look forward to. And it's great that the cafes are going around the country.
Yes, and I always think it's rather sad for people of our generation, and there were quite a few who wouldn't have PC skills. And I mean, I've been a two-finger typist from the time I was 16, when I bought my first typewriter at an auction, an old-fashioned 1932, I can't remember the name of it, with the ribbon. Anyway, that's another story.
I'm amazed you don't still have it.
I wish I did. It's worth a fortune now. It's an antique.
I remember going in the first evening. I was completely distraught. I was traumatized. It was in an awful place, really was. And like emotionally very distressed, because I had just gotten the diagnosis and I didn't know where to start, where to begin. So I walked into this lovely, calm, quiet building in Donnybrook. I'll never forget it. By the way, my name is Carly, and it's my husband, my partner, Owen, the lovely Owen, who has the Alzheimer's. But I remember that first time going in and seeing all the lovely tables, the calm, the quiet, just the serenity of the place. I really felt at ease. I couldn't believe it now because I was so traumatized. And there was a woman talking there on that night, and it was Kate Irvine, just basically talking about dementia in general and that. And I remember listening to her, and I cried the whole way through the talk, but I actually related to what she was talking about. And I was genuinely hugely traumatized because Owen and I had quite a complicated background, medical and legal, and that our lives were a mess, but not because of us. But so I was going on my own quietly for a while just to get my feet on the ground, because Owen hadn't been given the diagnosis of the dementia at that point. So I remember the first time I brought Owen, and I was quite nervous because at this point I had known some of the staff and I knew people in there, and I loved the chat and the talk, and no problem talking, no problem chatting to people. And Owen is quite reserved and quite quiet and a very gentle person. And when he walked in with me, I couldn't get over how nice people were to him, not just to me. And I was so grateful. Oh God, I actually cried for gratitude. I really did. I was really emotional the first night Owen came, because I just didn't know. I mean, how do you explain to this young man, you're bringing him to a thing called the Alzheimer Cafe? But anyway, it was lovely. With Alzheimer's, you tend to get ignored a lot. And I know people ignored Owen, and secretly and quietly in me, always when we'd go out anywhere, And I'd be there saying, oh, please God, somebody say hello to him. Please, somebody talk to him. Don't ignore him. Don't just talk to me. He's there. He's your friend. You know him. You know, talk to him as well as me. You know what I mean? Life goes on. He's still the same person. He's just a little bit lost, and he needs more time and a little bit of patience. I mean, Owen has seen me cry more often than I have grey hairs in my head, right? But I have to tell you, I did cry in the Alzheimer Cafe with grief and trauma, but also with relief that there was someplace we could go and actually sit back and relax. I mean, not to labour the point, but I'll never forget when he got up and started helping with the dishes. I knew then he was at home. Because Owen and I live in a house. We didn't really live in a home. We have a difficult situation, and he felt at home there, and I was never so grateful. I was just, and I hugged and kissed people that were total strangers because I just felt, thank you so much. Because it actually was a lifesaver to me in a real sense. I'm not exaggerating when I say that, but it just kept me, I think, from nearly going over the cliff. I was in such a bad state, and it just meant the world to Owen.
Yes, we very much enjoy the virtual Dementia Cafe. We have recently joined, we've recently joined and never had actually attended a face-to-face one before, but we do enjoy it. It's a great way of seeing people face-to-face, communicating, and we enjoy the banter that goes on between the participants who know each other. We find it very helpful because these are strange times, and it's good to be able to connect with other people in the country who are in a similar situation as ourselves, and it's in a way giving us moral support. We enjoy the topics that you've chosen are very interesting, and they're varied, so yeah, we like the action ones as well, and we couldn't make any changes to it, but we do enjoy coming.
All the energy put into it.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So what do you think of it? Yes, you must.
Well, you said what I thought of it, and it's very good. I enjoyed all the energy and everything that goes into it. Yeah, more than pleased and happy with it.
Yeah,
because you do put a lot of work into it. Yeah.
And we, I suppose, look forward to the day when we can to attend a real one as well. Yeah. I suppose the cafe is good in a way too, that you're not tied to it, and you know, if you can't make it one day, it's not, you can still pick up the following week, if you know what I mean. Okay, you've missed one of the nice topics probably, but you know, it's good that it's not too formal, as in that, oh God, you have to, I'm sorry I wasn't here last week because, you know, but it's
a great help.
Yeah.
Compared to long ago, there was no help.
Mm-hmm. And it keeps you up to date as well, like with changes that are happening or supports that are available. We are pleased to join it, and we're
wouldn't miss it for anything.
Yeah.